Hey everybody, Brian here for Work the Game, and today we're doing a follow-up to the video, Things You Might Not Know Until Now. The community has given such a great response. I'm going to throw up their names all over here. Thank you guys so much. Great ideas and great tips. If you haven't had a chance to go and read all their suggestions, I want to highlight their tips as well as some more of mine right here, right now. So just a special thanks, as well as enjoy this content. Hopefully you're going to learn something else from this video. I know I sure did. Like, do you know there's a faster way than Horizon to get to Waking Sands? Well, I now know that. So please, hopefully you enjoy this video. If there's any additional tips that aren't in the first one or the second one, leave those below as well. This is great. We're all learning. We're all learning. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the tips. This tip comes from Jeff Brouchard, and apologies if I'm mispronouncing the name, but you can use the blue text under all your quests to easily find where you need to go. Double tapping the R1 button will take you right into the map, and then you can easily click on the R1 button to teleport to the nearest aetheryte. So user Brittany Page shares the following. Typing in POS is a great way to share your position. Clicking that will actually add a flag onto your menu, just like sharing the control click feature to send any kind of flag link. Works just the same. /playtime will show you the amount of time that you've spent playing the game. There are two ways to switch your chat log. You can type /p/fc to change the default chat channel, or you can also use the chat menu to select your various forms of chat. So /t/p/a/y, you name it, you've got it. You can use all of that to default your chat channel other from the default of say. Pressing R1 and R3 will bring up the virtual mouse. This is very handy for PlayStation users, and it can also be used on PC. Clicking on the little cog icon on your minimap will unlock it, allowing it to turn with the camera associated with it. So if you're directionally challenged, you might find this very useful. From user WebBurjo, you can type /R to reply to the last person who sent you a tell or a whisper if you're coming from WoW. You can also press Alt and the R to cycle through various people who have sent you direct messages. If you've gone too far, you can press Alt-Shift-R to move forward as well. From Limsa Lemenza's Fisherman Guild, you can use the ferry just outside to get to Alport or to Casa de Sol very cheaply and easily. Now this recommendation comes from Fido Montoya. Teleporting to Limsa Lemenza, using the Aethernet to get to the Arcanist Guild, and then going to the ferry is the quickest way to get to Waking Sands. And while this method is definitely the quickest way to get to Waking Sands, it might not be the cheapest depending on where your starting point and teleportation costs are located. When selling anything on the markets, be sure to use the compare prices feature to be able to see what everything is selling for. You can even go into the history of that item to see what its historic sales record has been, and this should help you determine the price and the quantity in which that you want to sell your items. Gearsets are an excellent way of managing your various builds of gear. Now this can go job from job, or even if you like various glamours that you want to switch between the different ones. Creating a gear set is simple as hitting the create new gear set, and it's going to take whatever gear you have and save it. You have the ability to rename, equip, and do various other things just from this menu alone. So switching to Warrior to Dark Knight is very easy. Along with this, you have the recommended gear feature. This allows you, for example, if you're missing any pieces of gear, or you've gotten better gear and you might not just realize it, to easily equip that gear and save it as a gear set. Saving and overriding your current gear set will just update that gear set. Hitting OK saves. Another interesting and great feature of this is that you have the ability to drag any of these gear sets down into a hotbar. You can use this for your controller or even your mouse and keyboard. In character configuration, you can actually define the party list sort order. You can do this manually, but if you want to, based off the role that you're playing, you can define presets of it. So by default, it's tank, healer, DPS, but you can go in and set any predefinition that you'd like. Within that, you can also sort the jobs and how they are prioritized as well. So enjoy this power if you if you haven't found it already. You're able to easily resize all of the various UI elements on your screen by going into the HUD layout and pressing either down on the right stick or holding control and using the home key. The sizes will go up to 140% all the way down into 60%. So either control plus home or down on the right stick if you're using a controller to resize any UI element available within the HUD window. If you're looking to take screenshots, you can easily hold down the scroll lock key to to be able to hide all of your UI, which is going to make it a lot easier to take those wonderful screenshots in those various vistas that you find. Now, if you find yourself in an area that is populated with a lot of different characters and it's hard to click on the NPC that you want to click on, one keyboard shortcut that might help you out is pressing down the X key. This is going to hide all the player names around you and only let you see the NPC names. This is very handy. Now, if you're on a controller, this might not be so handy, and so what you can always do is you can actually, with nothing selected, press the A button and it's going to default to you to the nearest NPC that you're looking at. So that is also a quick tip as well. Another thing you might not be aware of is that you can actually hide your headgear. Doing so, you can easily go to the character menu, and then you've got this nice little option down here that says hide headgear. Along with that, some headgear actually supports various visors, so that you can actually manually have that visor drawn or hidden as well. So that's going to vary based off the gear, and hopefully those are two options that you are now fully aware of. You should always use food, especially when leveling. Every bit of food in this game will always give you a 3% EXP buff. There's other stats that are associated with it, so you want to try to figure that out as best you can, but the important thing is that food gives you an additional 3% XP, which is just going to add up as free XP in the long run. So make sure that you've got food. You can find it cheaply in all the markets, or you can make it cheaply with a culinarian, making boiled eggs or something like that. If you've ever gotten lost when coming back to the game and trying to figure out where you last left off, your journal is going to be the best place for it. So under your duty menu, you can get to your journal, and there's this completed section. Jumping into this, you can pick various quests. So you have Heaven's Word, you have The Realm Reborn, side quests, etc. Within each of those categories, you'll have the various things. You'd have Heaven's Word, which would be the main game, the Dragon Song Scenario Quest, which would be the post game, and then the post Dragon Song War, which would be anything past 2.3. So you can easily see where the last quest that you've completed lines up, and then that should give you a good base on where you should go next. Did you know there's an easy and quick way to get into your currency window without having to go through the main menu? Well, now what you can do is you can actually click on the little money button right there, this is Gil, and it's going to bring up your currency window, and you can easily get to your currency really quickly. So the old way is, hitting start, going up to currency. So it's, one less step, but if nothing else, it's really handy. So speaking of cutscenes, there is a book that will allow you to go back and watch any cutscene that you've seen, especially as it relates to the story. You can find this book in any of your inn rooms. So in all the cities, you can go to an inn and check out an inn room, and then you'll have the book, The Unending Journey. Or if you have a house, you can actually get a book for yourself. Opening the book will allow you to pick any of the quests, and it looks just like your quest log. If the quest has multiple cutscenes, you can actually page through the various cutscenes and even pick a specific cutscene that you want to watch. Clicking play will start and initiate the cutscene and the current armor that you're in. So for anybody out there who likes to make different videos featuring your characters and you wish you could go back and change your gear, well, now you can. So again, that's The Unending Journey, and that's going to be in your house if you make it, or in any of the inn rooms as it exists today. Another really cool tip, this one comes from Ozenmark1. You can actually do an item search by just typing using any kind of keyboard, typing /iSearch. Say dark. It's going to do a quick search on anything in your inventory that matches that item. So it says that I've got 7 matches containing the word dark, and here are the items listed. And I can see the details right there. Another great tip, this one comes from Jelly and Nuthix3, is the ability to automatically skip cutscenes that you've already seen. To do this, you're going to hit start, go to character configuration, and then into your control settings. Under the General tab, you're going to see 3 key options. Skip playback previously viewed scenario cutscenes, skip playback of previously viewed teleportation cutscenes, and skip playback of housing cutscenes. Having all 3 checked will automatically skip any cutscene that you've already seen when it arrives. So here's the best way of putting this is that when you go into a dungeon, whenever the boss spawns and things like that, if you don't want to see that every time, go ahead and enable these. You can turn these on and off at will, so there's really no disadvantage for you checking it out. And last but certainly not least, just always make sure you log out in town or near an aetheryte, where you have the little moon symbol next to your experience bar. This will have you earning rested experience, and so the next time you come back, you're going to be earning more experience for just playing the content. So thanks so much for watching. If there was any tips and things that I missed that you guys think that everybody needs to know, please leave them in the comments below, and we'll keep doing this series until pretty much everything has been covered. So thanks so much for watching. My name's Brian, this is Work to Game, and I hope to see you in my next video. Hey, it's me. Thanks so much for watching this video. You should click here to subscribe and here to maybe check out some more of our videos. So again, thanks for watching. We hope you like this video. We hope you subscribe and join our community. Let us know in the comments below what you think, and we'll see you next time. Bye.